Hi guys, it's Shurropa here. Welcome back to another video. I'm going to be showing you how to make a code system inside Roblox Studio. So I already made a template of the code GUI. It's going to be pretty easy to make. Just a couple titles and texts and buttons and stuff. We may add a link so that you can actually buy the whole entire set. But if you don't want to do that, then stick around and follow the tutorial. Alright, so I created a folder that we can now add a module script. But inside of the folder, you can just actually rename the folder to modules. And then rename this to code module script itself. Alright. And then we'll rename this to codes, the table. If you don't know anything about scripting, I recommend you check out another video. That would help out a lot. Alright, so this will be code 1. This will be whatever you want. So it's going to do YT. Alright. Now since you have done that, you can go to the code GUI and we can start scripting. So we can actually add a script. This will be server. And then we can actually have another folder called remote events. And then we can actually add a remote event. This will be called, now we're going to do remote functions. Sorry about that. I actually have a plugin that can do this for us. Voila. Give us the name and everything. So this plugin, it's called Reclass. Yeah, it's really good. It's really helpful if you make a mistake. Alright, so then we can go inside our enter code and enter a local script. This will be code script. Then we can add a comment called services, variables, and code. Basically, this will be our services, variables, and code. We can then do a local rs is equal to game, get service, update storage. What we're doing here is we're getting the service inside one variable. Again, if you haven't learned scripting, I recommend you check out another video. Alright, we can then add another variable, and I'll explain this in a minute. Alright, so what we're doing here is we're just creating a variable called remote functions. I recommend you start with a lowercase and then uppercase. That's called camel casing. Recommend you do that. It's going to be better in the future when it's code. Alright, so then we're doing equals rs. We're waiting for the child in update storage called remote functions. Then can add another variable called remote function code. So you go to remote functions code because we're equal to that variable. And then we're waiting for the child inside remote functions that we set for that variable. And then we're waiting for code. Alright. We then can add local button. And actually, we're good to use camel casing, like I just said. We can also do script parent. And then frame is equal to button.parent. This is a good form setting. Script parent.parent. Because we're equal to that variable. And we're doing .parent. So that'll be that, and then frame. And then can do button, mouse click, connect, function. And we can also add another variable. This will be the code box. This will be in the frame parent or the frame code box. Yeah. Alright, so then we can get into code. So just by typing out button.mouse click, button click. and then :connect function, and then here. All right. So what you now want to do is we can, yeah. All right. So we're gonna add a expiration date. All right. So this will be local date. It's equal to os update, and then the os.time. This may look complicated, but really we're just doing os.date, which is the time operating system. That's what this means, .date. And then this is like something, I don't know, just type in this. Make sure you do this exactly or else it won't be correct. Alright, so then what we can do is we can, I guess we can check if inside the code box if there isn't anything. So if not code box, make sure you do double equals, by the way, when you're doing if statement. Alright, so if it's not equal to that, then we can actually do something. So I guess we can do local code valid is equal to remote code function, and then invoke server. We can give the date and the code like that in the parameters. We can then do if code valid, then do button.text is equal to successfully redeemed and then box.text. Now I'm gonna wait 1 second. Button.text is equal to code. Alright. Then we can do an else if code valid is equal to expired. Then, now if you don't know what any of this means, like if you don't know what local, like returning is a very important aspect while scripting, because you can do a lot. Like you can return if the code is valid, then we can set it to that. Also if it's expired, then we can set the button.text is equal to expired code. So it's very useful. Then can delete this concat and stuff. And then it'll be like code expired. Then else if code valid is equal to false, then same thing. Make sure you delete all the periods, and then you want to do code invalid or successfully or not already redeemed code. Alright, so now it should look like this. Again, if you want to get the system, I'll probably link it in the description. Probably going to set up a Patreon page. I'm not sure, but yeah, it's going to be fine. Alright, so once you've done that, it's going to send the code. Alright, so I guess we could just copy all that, but make sure to remove all that. That is useless. Again, we're going to do comment code, and we're going to do on server invoke is equal to function. Instead of doing :connect, we're not going to do that because it is a remote function. We then can do code, and why is it erroring? Alright, it's fine. Yeah, okay, I was because of that. Alright, so we then can check if the code. Alright, so first, before we do any of that, we go and get the modules. So same thing we're doing is we're equaling it to uppercase storage and then rs wait for child modules. We then can type in code module. Make sure you keep track of your camel casing. And then we do require. We use that so that we can get the module because this, yeah. Alright. So then can we check is if the code is equal to code module dot code1. If it is, then we'll return true. So it should work. It should say successful redeemed and then the code. So YT. Do not do if like not, just delete that line. Alright, I just found out the biggest mistake ever. Make sure you do player, because I just got my player username. So now it should work. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I did that. Yep, it works. The successfully redeemed YT. Alright, so it does work. Alright. Then we can check if the code is on a date. So make sure this is also lowercase, by the way. So right now for me it's the 10th, and the date would be day will be greater or equal to 16. Right now it's the 17th for me, but we'll see. We'll see. It should work actually. Alright. So then else, if it isn't, I'm gonna return expired. Then we'll return true. And then put anything here to redeem. They would put like, so if you were doing later stats, it would be player.laterstats dot coins dot value plus equals 100. You would just do this. It's very simple. Yeah. Alright, so then I guess we can get with the already redeeming. So right here, I guess we can check and oh my gosh, okay. And not player find first child. Make sure you also do dot codes. And then this will be like code. So make sure you do this. So if it doesn't find the code, that's good. Then it'll continue. Else, so right here. Else, if something went wrong, we can return false. So it'll be either one of these. If you want to make it so that like success already redeemed to be one thing instead of doing or already redeemed code, like code invalid or already redeemed code, you would just add another if statement and return another value. Again, if you don't know anything about returning, then definitely oh my gosh, I can't say that. Alright, recommend a video. Alright, anyways, guess we can make a game.players player added. And so simple little thing. So yeah, I guess I am going to add a leaderstats. Why not? Simple and easy. Make sure it's spelled exactly like this, or else it won't work. Also recommends that you have a number value instead of an int value. Be really useful for making like a simulator. For making one, because if it reaches a certain value, like say I don't know, like a high number, then it's going to set back to 0. So I definitely recommend you do a number value because it goes up to infinity. Alright. So then, yeah, it should work. Okay, and let's create the codes folder. Alright. So now we can also add another local. So the new code, copy that, and then folder. Let's go inside the player dot codes folder. Be equal to the code. Okay, and that should work. So now I can play and test it. So if I go to the player codes, we didn't redeem any code. So it says code invalid. But if I do YT, we redeemed it, but it's in this folder, and then it'll say already redeemed code. Well, invalid. Yeah, that should work. If you want to add more codes, just do this. So Roblox. Code 3 is equal to Twitter, something, I don't know. Make sure you add a comma or else it'll error like this. So make sure you add a comma. Or else, yeah, it'll error. Alright, so add a code, you'll just do the same thing. We'll do right here. You just do like, yeah, so else if code is equal to code module that code 2, and then yeah, copy that. Want to be expiration date code, you would just do if date, so this will actually be a forever code. Let's do that. Move that. Alright. So yeah, should work. So if I enter YT and I go to codes, redeemed it, can't redeem it again. Let's type in Roblox, redeem Roblox. and it's forever code. But if we redeem Twitter, it won't do anything because we actually never added it. So to add another one, do this. And this will actually be expired code. So, well, it wouldn't be expired if it was like on that specific day. Forever code, and this will be a for like a that. Alright. Then this will be expired code. So to do this, we'll do if, or actually we can just copy this. Oh. Okay. Alright. Do this. Else return expired. Put everything in there. Alright, and this will be expired. This actually be really expired. Because it would never really be under 1, because it has to be 1. Or that'll work. No, let's do that. I think it will break. I'm not sure. Alright. Alright, so if you type in Roblox, redeemed Roblox, and then Twitter. For some reason it didn't. Wait, what happened? Twitter's code 3. Wait, what just happened? Hold on. Why is it? What? Oh, alright. So I think I did something wrong. Alright, so make sure you do this equals to true. But, yeah, and then, yeah, so it should now say expired. I think you just had make sure it's equal to the specified thing. Because it wasn't adding anything, which means it did kind of work. Yeah, see? Now it says code expired. So it was a code, but just expired. And then YT. And then, like I said, if you want to add leader stats, you would just do player dot leader stats dot coins dot value plus equals and how much you want. Okay, and then for the ever code, would put like 10,000, and then for expired code, you won't really get anything, but you can get 5. Unless if you change it, of course, but yeah, so Twitter. Yeah, so it won't give you any coins because it's expired. But if we go and type in Roblox, which should be 10,000 coins, and you can't redeem it again. And let's just type in YT. We got 100 added to that, and we can't redeem it again. Now, of course, you could go in the game again. Just type in Roblox, right? Redeemed it. We can't redeem it again unless we delete that. Then we can redeem it again and get 20,000 coins. Alright, anyways, that's gonna wrap it up for today's video. I'm gonna put this in a model, and yeah, so see you guys next time.